"You're about to sign your life away," she said quietly, her eyes never leaving the CEO's face. James Anderson froze. The words hung in the air, heavy with more than just the warning they seemed to hold. As the bustling restaurant continued around him, the CEO's gaze shifted from the contract he was about to sign to the young waitress standing before him. She wasn't just another server. No, this was a woman who had the audacity to speak up when no one else dared. And for a split second, James felt something shift, something he couldn't quite name. He had been negotiating deals all day, had seen everything from million-dollar contracts to billion-dollar mergers. Nothing, however, had prepared him for the sharpness in the waitress's voice. Sophie Harper was only 27, but in that moment, it felt as though she could see straight through him. It wasn't the first time he'd been warned about the dangerous people in his life, but it was the first time a simple remark had left him speechless. "What do you mean?" he asked, his voice betraying the uncertainty he rarely allowed anyone to hear. Sophie glanced down at the contract in his hands, then back at him. "This isn't what you think it is. That's a fake deal. You're about to be swindled." James chuckled nervously, trying to maintain control. "I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm a CEO. I know what I'm doing." But Sophie didn't flinch. She simply stood there, calm, poised, waiting. It was the kind of silent confidence he wasn't used to from the people around him. Her eyes didn't waver, her posture didn't bend. And for a moment, James wondered why she was so certain, why she had the conviction to speak out when no one else had the courage. He looked back at the contract, the one that had seemed so straightforward minutes ago, and something started to feel off. A brief flash of doubt crossed his mind. "Why should I believe you?" he asked, his voice lower now, more curious than condescending. Sophie took a step closer, her tone steady. "Because I've seen this kind of trick before, and if you sign that, you'll lose everything you've worked for." The words felt like a jolt to James. He'd been in control for so long that he couldn't remember the last time someone had given him a warning like that. Without any motive, his instincts told him to ignore her, to brush her off like so many other waitstaff who had tried to earn his attention. But Sophie wasn't just anyone. She was different. There was a strength in her that made him pause. He felt it now, creeping into his bones as he read the fine print of the deal again. "What's your name?" James asked, his voice tinged with something he couldn't place. "Sophie," she replied simply, not looking at him, but at the contract he still held in his hands. She was right. He realized it in that moment. Something about the deal was too clean, too perfect. But it wasn't until Sophie had spoken that he could see the cracks in the facade. And when he looked up from the paper, he found himself facing a woman who had just saved him from making the biggest mistake of his career. She wasn't just a waitress. She was the one person in this entire room who had the clarity to see through the lies. Sophie Harper had just become the most important person in his life, whether he liked it or not.